Hello Manchester United fans. Fabrizio Romano, incredible star to jet into England to sign for Man United. Manchester United are edging closer to their first major signing of the Ruben Amorim era, according to Fabrizio Romano, with the club having booked medical tests on Thursday for Lecce wingback Patrick Dorgu to complete a move. Romano posted on X, formerly Twitter, on Wednesday morning that a verbal agreement between the two clubs was agreed on Tuesday, to the tune of €30 million, £25.5 million, plus €5 million, £4.2 million, in add-ons. The Dane is set to fly to Manchester with his representatives on Thursday to complete a move, and mark the first step towards Amorim building a squad that is tailored to his style of play. Dorgu has been linked for quite some time, having been a target at the start of the January transfer window alongside Paris Saint-Germain's star Nuno Mendes and Milos Kerkez amongst others. But it's the young Serie A star that the club have chosen to come into their ranks to fit in on the left-hand flank. Dorgu was labeled as incredible by ex-user at Dania Scouting, with the football analyst waxing lyrical about the youngster this time last year. The account wrote, "Patrick Dorgu, absolutely incredible in every aspect a top FB needs to dominate. Carrying, playing in reduced spaces, breaking through the center, impacting in any phase of build-up, having great passing range/sliding tackle, being hard to beat on 1v1s/at-air. Immense physicality. Such an absurd strength that makes him almost impossible to beat when he bodies you. So great that, despite not having elite speed/explosiveness like Bald or Davies, has the physical tools to control WC/top wingers. Also a composed passer with the ability to be creative in the final third. Top mentality. Luke Shaw and Tyrell Malacia failing to get to full fitness over the past year means that there has been a gaping vacancy on that left-hand side. And although Diogo Dalot and Nussair Mazraoui have both done okay jobs at filling in, they are both natural right-sided players. And so Dorgu being a natural left wing-back will massively benefit Amorim in terms of forward planning, as he aims to somewhat improve United's worst-ever Premier League season to date. All change for Garnacho as star refuses to move. Alejandro Garnacho's future at Manchester United has taken another twist thanks to a decision made several hundred miles away. Garnacho is one of a number of players placed on the transfer list at Old Trafford, where Ruben Amorim is set to be forced into a number of sales in order to comply with profit and sustainability rules, PSR. The Argentine has been one of the Red Devils to attract the most interest this summer, with Napoli and Chelsea seriously battling over the 20-year-old former Atletico Madrid youth. The Serie A side appeared to have dropped out of the race to sign Garnacho as they turned their attentions to Borussia Dortmund's Karim Adeyemi, leaving Chelsea with a free run to sign the Manchester United star. Fabrizio Romano, though, has revealed a twist in Adeyemi's transfer stance that throws open the possibility of Napoli returning for Garnacho. Understand Karim Adeyemi's current decision is to stay at Borussia Dortmund this month, and he has now informed all clubs interested, Romano tweeted. Despite Napoli proposals and also Premier League clubs keen, he's now expected to continue at Dortmund. Napoli to revisit Garnacho deal? Napoli had previously refused to meet Man Utd's asking price of around €70 million for Garnacho, but as Antonio Conte's side attempt to replace Kvaratskhelia, it may be that they need to look at this deal again after Adeyemi's refusal to move. The Serie A outfit are unlikely to match the Red Devils' target, yet it is clear that Adeyemi's decision increases the likelihood of the Italians having to revisit the negotiating table. This could also hurry any decision that Chelsea have to make over the player along, with the Stamford Bridge side having been inactive during the transfer window to date when it has come to signings. Enzo Maresca's side have been on the lookout for attackers, having recalled Trevoh Chalobah from Crystal Palace to solve their defensive injury issues. Garnacho is one of the players they have been most closely linked with, but the renewed threat of Napoli threatens to derail a transfer. Chats with Varane and extra recovery sessions. How Leny Yoro is settling in at Manchester United. Leny Yoro has played only 12 times for Man United, but has already been serenaded by their away dayers who have quickly taken to him. The first time Leny Yoro had his name chanted by Manchester United supporters was as he prepared to take his most important kick of a football. Yoro's name was hollered repeatedly to the familiar tune of Papa's Got a Brand New Pig Bag, a song released 23 years before Yoro's birth. United fans have recently serenaded Case Moreau to the same ditty, but that Sunday at the Emirates Stadium possibly signaled a changing of the guard. United first-team coach Emmanuel Ferro listed Yoro as the third penalty taker in the FA Cup third round against Arsenal. That meant he was next up after Kai Havertz lost his nerve. Yoro was nerveless. Yoro was involved in a penalty shootout with Lille against Aston Villa last season but was not one of their 5 takers. Elevating a 19-year-old on his 9th United appearance to third in the spot kick pecking order at the Emirates Stadium's clock end was dicey. Of United's 5 to step up, Yoro was the most unexpected. He never wavered and David Raya could not have dived further away from the ball. That conversion elicited a louder roar than when Bruno Fernandes and Ahmad put the ball past Raya with the first and second spot kicks. After Yoro returned to the center circle and high-fived his teammates, Fernandes prodded fifth-in-line Joshua Zirkzee in the chest. Zirkzee immediately steeled himself for the potential match-winning kick. Yoro was the first to leap onto Zirkzee when he triumphantly waved to the United fans. Capped a week to remember for Yoro. The teenager's last-ditch tackle on Darwin Núñez at the Kop end will be replayed, and he did not flinch amid the high stakes at Arsenal. Then Yoro was the preserve spread over Southampton winger Kamaldeen Sulemana's toast. Yoro's worst night in a United shirt came 4 days after his best. It is a rite of passage for a newly signed United centre-back to have a chastening start. Gary Pallister had the 5-1 at Main Road. Nicolas Anelka gave Jaap Stam the runaround in the Charity Shield. Rio Ferdinand had false starts through injury. Nemanja Vidic was part of a defense that shipped 4 goals at Blackburn on his maiden start. Victor Lindelof pulled 2 hoods over him as he left Huddersfield, looking like a criminal leaving court. He was guilty of letting Huddersfield score twice. Lisandro Martinez had Brentford. The Emirates was the scene of Yoro's belated debut last month. He has worn that navy kit 3 times against Arsenal now, and the first delayed the start to his United career. A freakish tangle with Gabriel Jesus in pre-season left him with a fractured metatarsal. Yoro conducted the majority of his rehab with the first-team physiotherapist Ibrahim Karim. The Australian overseas United player's recovery from injury and Yoro used his rehab. Ruben Amorim has already secured Man United arrival to address big concern in squad. Manchester United have been quick to ease Ruben Amorim's worries over the condition of his squad by bringing in Mara, who is one of the best athletics coaches in the world after guiding Ashton Eaton to 2 Olympic titles. Manchester United have hired athletics guru Harry Mara to whip Ruben Amorim's struggling stars into shape after having concerns about the condition of his squad. United are 12th in the Premier League after a turbulent season that has already seen Erik ten Hag sacked from his role, while Amorim has not enjoyed the brightest of starts since replacing him in October. The Portuguese boss has lost 7 of his opening games, and it is clear the team have struggled to adapt to his philosophy and demanding back 3 system. There have been signs United are improving under Amorim after registering back-to-back wins over Rangers and Fulham in the last week. But the 39-year-old coach has insisted his team still have work to do. And United have been quick to ease Amorim's worries over the condition of his squad by bringing in Mara, who is one of the best athletics coaches in the world after guiding Ashton Eaton to 2 Olympic decathlon titles in 2012 and 2016. The 78-year-old is working at Old Trafford as a consultant, according to The Times, with United staff and players benefiting from his knowledge about fitness and sports science. The report says Amorim has noted fears about body fat levels about some players, and it is hoped Mara can help bring their fitness up to scratch and get them challenging higher up the table. It is said that Mara's presence at United's Carrington training ground has generated excitement after learning of his reputation in the athletic circles, having helped Eaton break 2 world records. In a recent ranking of the top 10 track and field coaches of all time, Mara was ranked as number 1, and he has also been invited by a number of countries to help build up their athletics teams, including from Indonesia. According to The Athletic, Mara, who was named World Athletics Coach of the Year in 2016, watched United's 2-1 win over Rangers in the Europa League last week. Having seen the team in action, has been helping them understand how to cover ground with speed and endurance to ensure they can keep up with the demands of playing in a 3-4-3 formation. It's believed Mara's arrival is down to director Sir Dave Brailsford's search for marginal gains in all aspects of the game, with a number of experts paying visits to United's training ground in recent months. Manchester United dream defence after January transfer window with £31 million deal and FFP boost. The latest Manchester United transfer news as Ruben Amorim is closing in on his first signing as manager with just days of the transfer window remaining. Clubs don't have too much longer to get their January transfer business completed with Monday's deadline looming. Manchester United will be hoping to get business done before the window shuts, with the club closing in on their first edition of the window. Ruben Amorim is getting closer to completing a deal for Lecce's Patrick Dorgu. The arrival of the fullback will boost United's options in defense. Injury to Luke Shaw has left the side low on left backs. Noussair Mazraoui has been covering the left wing-back system but is more natural on the right side. It has been reported that United have reached a £31.4 million agreement with Lecce over the transfer of Dorgu. The deal will reportedly see them pay £25.2 million up front and add-ons of £6.2 million with the 20-year-old set to sign a 5-year contract at Old Trafford. If the signing is finalized before the deadline, then it would be a huge boost to Amorim as he looks to shape his defense, and would give him another much-needed option in the wing-back position. Another way the head coach could shape his defense could be through exits. One player who could leave before the end of the transfer window is central defender Victor Lindelof. The centre-back is out of contract at the end of the season, meaning he will be available on a free transfer in the summer. However, if United could move him out before then, even if it's on loan with a loan fee, that would be a small financial boost. Lindelof is expected to be down the pecking order at Old Trafford for the remainder of the season, so if United are able to make some money from his exit and save on at least a portion of his wages, then it could free up a bit of extra cash for the summer window. The defender has returned to fitness after injury and was an unused substitute for the weekend's Premier League game against Fulham. With Johnny Evans, Matthijs de Ligt, Harry Maguire, Lisandro Martinez, and Leny Yoro, United have enough centre-back options to see them through for the remainder of the season. They can therefore let Lindelof go before the deadline if a suitable offer comes in.